Let's now turn our focus to our big story this hour. Satluj, a film that was taken down from OTT platforms in India, is now being watched through pirated links on social media. The Diljit Dosanjh starrer has also been screened at several Gurdwaras in Punjab, turning a film censorship row now into a national debate. The centre has defended its actions, saying the film was released without a valid CBFC certificate for the version made available in India, and that its content raises concerns related to sovereignty, integrity, security and public order. Supporters of the takedown say national security cannot be compromised, especially when the film revolves around a sensitive period in Punjab's history. But critics are asking a different question. If the film is considered too sensitive for legal streaming, why is it still accessible through these pirated copies online? And does its public screenings at some Gurdwaras and other places undermine the very purpose of these restrictions that the government has imposed? Well, the controversy has now evolved into a larger debate over freedom of expression, national security, and whether the state's response reflects necessary regulation or excessive censorship. Let's in fact first bring in an actor who is part of Satluj, a veteran film producer and actor. Rahul Mitra is joining us live on the broadcast. Rahul, you've acted in this movie, which of course has been directed by Hani Trehan. You were part of it. Obviously, it was shot long ago. It's fought a long battle with the censors, almost did not see the light of day, but now finally was released earlier this year on ZEE5 and now has already been taken down in India as well. For you as a key part of this film, how did you react to the way it was taken down suddenly and this long wait for your film to see light of day?
Hi, Uday. Thanks for having me on your channel. Well, I was like a lot of others really surprised when the film came. Just appeared on ZEE5 because none of us knew that it's going to be appearing on ZEE5 because we all knew that the film is, waging a battle with the CBFC. And so we were happy and surprised, though Diljit had warned through social media that, it's going to be taken down and stuff like that. So I was as surprised as anybody else. But I, of course, played a cameo of a police inspector. And when I was shooting for the film, none of us knew, at least I had no idea that this film is going to be in the center of such controversy.
Okay. And now, you're also hearing how, despite its takedown, it's being screened, at certain Gurdwaras in Punjab, also other parts of the country. A lot of people are downloading the pirated edition online. It was even promoted by one of your co-stars in the film, Diljit Dosanjh. Many others are also now making it into a political message, to ensure that widest of people, particularly in Punjab, watch this movie. How do you respond to that reaction from certain quarters that is erupted after the takedown, which obviously has happened at the centre's behest?
See, Uday, first of all, I think it's really sad that the pirated version is being watched because as a filmmaker, I think that one of the biggest menace of existing today, especially with all of us in the creative field, is piracy. So I am definitely not in favor of, piracy in any form. And I have not forwarded a single link or even advised anybody to go it. But see, what happens is that when something is banned, it is, I think, human tendency to, the curiosity increases and people want to go and watch what is not available. And also I feel that the reason that it's being screened across, different parts of the world and in Punjab, etc., I think somewhere that's what people tell me and that's what I see on the social media, that the emotional weight and the story has probably resonated with a lot of Punjabis, a lot of people. And that is the reason it is being watched. I'm not in favor of ban per se because I don't know exactly the reasons of why this happened. But I think two of the biggest hallmarks of any democracy are, as we all know, number one is freedom of speech, and the other is giving representation to distinctive voices. So what is the reason? We don't know,
Okay.
because how I'm attached to this project is just because I'm part of the Starcast. So I really don't know, but it is sad, and my heart goes out to the makers primarily because of the piracy, because there is this huge loss.
Have you spoken? Have you spoken with Hani Trehan and others who are part of the film's direction team and the producers as well, Ronnie Screwvala and others,
Yes,
and your co-stars? What is the sentiment?
Well, sentiment, it's not that we talk too much about it, but of course, everybody associated with it, whether it's Hani Trehan, Arjun Rampal is a very dear friend of mine, etc. So it's not that we're talking a lot about it, because there's so much happening. There's so much which everybody else is watching. Of course, we're not very happy about the fact that it is not available on a platform where everybody can legally watch it. So I'm definitely not in favor of that. But I think the larger question is, which I'm sure you're going to come to next, is that why this controversy? So I think that is, and what is the
So did you anticipate it? Because you are from Punjab yourself, Rahul Mitra. You hail from Punjab. You've grown up there. I don't know if you were living there, at the time when the film is set. But did you anticipate this controversy? Did you know that this will be expected, given the subject that your film deals with? You also play a police officer in the film.
Uday, coincidentally, I was born in Tarantaran. That's where this film is based out, and which is in Amritsar. And 80s, I was a teenager growing up in Chandigarh, Punjab, and I have seen from very close quarters this horrific, dark, days and that period. And my late father was an IAS officer, and being a civil servant, working closely, in the Punjab government, we weren't sure whether he would come home safely, in the night. We couldn't go out after 6 p.m. It was a terrible time, terrible time. So I have seen militancy from very close quarters. And of course, 86, 87, we all shifted from Chandigarh out. We came to Delhi when my father got posted there. So I was not present in the 90s in Punjab, but the 80s I've seen. I know what it feels like. So
okay.
Yeah, and I've seen that insecurity. I've seen my
now. Okay, my final two questions to you, and then I want to open it up to my panel as well. Do you believe then that the ban should be lifted? Would you urge a relook at this censorship at the ban?
See, my point, like I said, that I am attached to this project essentially as an actor. So I'm not privy to the research sector, but from whatever that I have gone through, and I have seen on social media and media, etc., and all that. This is a biographical drama, right? This is not fiction, and this film, to my knowledge, is based on a human rights activist.
Yes,
and it's his trajectory.
Okay,
it's not a documentary on Punjab or the Times. So hence, why I'm a little perplexed is that what is the objection? The objection to my mind is not the accuracy of facts in the film. To my mind, the objection is that the context, the larger
well, the objections are very clear, and so the sources within the government have said it's because of sovereignty, integrity, security, and public order, given what this film deals with. Okay. My final question to you. I'm out of time. I need to go to my panelists. My final question to you. Would you also urge action? Would you also urge action on the people who are screening the film in a pirated manner? I think a petition has also been filed in the Punjab Haryana High Court seeking to stop this as well.
I just said that I'm absolutely against piracy. I personally am telling people not. Whoever asks me for a link, etc., I'm not sharing it.
Yeah, but like I said, that's what Z5 has also said. Z5 has also said the platform.
Yes, but very quickly, when a story has that kind of emotional weight and they feel is the truth, it has to resonate to wider audiences.
Okay.
You cannot stop it from reaching the people.
Okay.
I know it's very sad. It's very bad. But what to do? It's a fact.
Okay.
And that is the reason the film is growing.
Rahul Mitra, actor of Satluj and film producer, thank you very much for joining us. with
Thank you for having me.
your perspective on this big story. Let me also now join Dr. Gurpreet Singh, a Sikh intellectual, is joining us live. Commodore D.S. Sodhi, defense expert, also joins us live. Anurag Banerjee, film critic, is also with us on the broadcast. Let me draw you in here first, Gurpreet Singh ji. What do you make now of this big debate that has erupted over Satluj? You know, after its ban, it seems to have actually got more popular than previously. What do you make of this kind of huge debate that has erupted over its censorship? Do you believe that such a film should have been censored in the first place? And how do you react now to these screenings that are happening in Punjab at various Gurdwaras as well?
Thanks a lot, Uday, for having me on the show. By the way, I'm not doctor. You know me better because I am a senior doctor as you.
Yes.
But having said that, see, we've always asked for Punjab 95, whether it was Gurdwara first, but when it became Punjab 95, we've always asked for it to be released, to be given the certification by CBFC, because we felt that there was nothing wrong in it, like my friend Rahul Mitra very rightly pointed out, that this is a biopic. It is actually based on historic facts. It is what Jaswant Khalra was doing. I mean, there are 4 books that are written on Jaswant Khalra today. Okay, they might be in print. But so it's not that what Jaswant Khalra did is not known to people in Punjab, or why Punjab, even the world. You know that in Fresno in the US, they've got a park that is named after Jaswant Khalra. So, you know, it's the whole world recognizes him as a human rights activist. As a matter of fact, when this was released on Z5 OTT, Mr. Vikramjit Singh Sani, who's a Rajya Sabha MP of the BJP, of the government, he sent me Jaswant Khalra's last speech on my WhatsApp and appreciating. This was on Sunday. Now Sunday night it gets taken off, but this is Sunday. He sent it to me before it's taken off, appreciating that this is now finally seeing the light of day because it's a historical thing. So we'd always spoken about it, and you know what we were surprised was, as a matter of fact, Emergency came out 2 years ago, and we said that Emergency, which is half-baked facts, not even proper. If films like that, if films like the Kashmir Files, or films like the Kerala Story, if they can be released, what was wrong, and which are actually not even factually absolutely correct, as correct as Punjab 95, or now they've made it Satluj. So, you know, and what you know, Mitra said, that he belonged to Taran Taran, so does, you know, that even Hani Trahan belongs to Taran Taran. Even he is from that same area. So the connect that these people had while probably shooting the film was very genuine and came from the heart. Hani Trahan has met us out here. See, when it was banned, they were having private screenings even then. But then finally, and mind you, I might bring it to the notice of you and the viewers, that they went to a court in Maharashtra. A judge saw it out there. And when he saw the film, he said, I see nothing wrong with it. And he actually ordered that it should be released in theaters. For some reason, even at that time, the IB ministry played its role and they convinced Ronnie Screwvala not to release it. And that's why it did not see the light of day. So I'm saying that why are you trying to, you know, take
the premise being given, as I was pointing out to Rahul, the premise being given that, you know, it infringes on sovereignty, sensitivity, integrity, public order issues can arise because of it, security issues can arise because of it, sentiments can be stirred up because of it. You don't buy that argument?
Not at all, because like I said, it's 31, 32 years old now, yeah. What are we talking about? Again, I say the same thing is what happened in Punjab, everybody knows. It is, and this has been, it's not happened like yesterday, and therefore you think that, you know, when it is shown, it'll you know, rake up more, you know, passion or whatever it is. These things are known. And I said that, so what Jaswant Khalra was doing, yes. But having said that, we actually thought that this film would kickstart the government in trying to give justice to the, now we are talking about 2,100 people that Jaswant Khalra managed to identify. Okay, or maybe 6,000. We are talking about maybe 25,000. What about those families? Where is the truth? I remember that there was supposed to be a truth commission by the Akali Dal when they came in 97. Even that didn't see the light of day. I wonder why. But what I'm just trying to say is that where is the truth commission? Look at the families that have gone through this. You know, whether it was, and you know, when people say that it was only 6, it was not only 6. There were Hindus also who were judiciously killed. So it is not even a communal thing. What was happening in Punjab at that time, if Mr. Mitra says that he was in Chandigarh and he felt what he felt, I also lived in my village in Amritsar district during 85 to 90. I was in my village in Amritsar district. From Delhi, I went back there and I lived there. So we've seen what was happening there. We've seen atrocities. We were lucky because for whatever reason, we belong to families where people, probably even the police would think twice. I remember my mother coming there and suddenly CRPF in my house. And I said, what are you doing in my compound? We want to search your house. I said, you cannot. You get a warrant, you can search it. And they said, no, we don't need a warrant in Punjab. I said, I'm sorry. As far as I know, you need a warrant. You get a warrant, you can enter my home, otherwise you can't enter my home. And I told my servant to put on the lunch and all that. Then they suddenly realized, somebody's spoken up out here. Who's this guy? So what I'm saying is all these things have been faced by us.
Okay.
But we got away. We were not picked up and unjudicially killed. But what Jaswant Khalra was doing was he was bringing out what was actually happening there.
Okay.
And I dare say it's unfortunate that even today in India, in lots of states, including Punjab, there are boys who are picked up. There are encounters that are made. People are shot in the legs. I've taken him for something that now these things should not happen.
Okay. That's a wider issue. That's a wider debate. But I get your point. Let me draw in Commodore DS Sodhi as well. Commodore Sodhi, what do you make of this debate that has arisen over Satluj? Do you believe the ban was needed, the restrictions were needed, given the fear of sentiments being stirred up, given the reports that the centre perhaps got, given the fact that obviously the censor board had for some reason ordered those cuts which were never implemented, and suddenly this film was released on an online OTT platform without a CBFC certificate? Commodore Sodhi.
Uday, first of all, I would like to say that, I would like to make a very blunt statement that the ban which has been imposed by the government, I condemn the ban which has been put. The movie was taken down. It came on Z5 OTT. Now the issue of security and other aspects which you are talking about, which the government claims that as per the IT Act, they considered those issues and they have put a ban on the film. But we have also the reports saying that they have constituted a sort of a panel who are looking into this and they will come up with their findings. What's more important to note here is, Uday, that my co-panelists have also mentioned Jaswant Singh Khalra's story is known not only here in India, but to the international community also. And this story is available in the print media in the form of the books. So now when we look at this, the movie which has been made, what is the problem in, screening the movie? What does the movie say? The movie has just talked about the facts that happened at that time when the militancy was in the Punjab. And Jaswant Singh Khalra, being a human rights activist, he did his best to see to it that the people are brought to justice. So I am also reminded, you remember there was a book by Mark Tully and Jacob. I don't want to name the book, even the book was banned. And subsequently the ban was lifted. Now what happens, what we see, as Dr. Gurpreet said, what about Kashmir files? What about Kerala story? What about Bengal files? I also belong to Kashmir. And I have also seen the militancy in Kashmir. I have lived in Kashmir. Now today I am reporting from Kashmir. I just want to say that if those movies could be released, here we are talking about the movies which almost has a real story of a human rights activist. So what is wrong? What was wrong in this story, so that the people come to know about this human rights activist? They know about him, and I would say, in fact, they would honor this gentleman. But what has happened is, the moment you put the ban,
yes,
you have raised the sentiments in the people.
Okay.
And now you spoke about this movie being screened in Gurdwara. I would say they are being screened not in the Gurdwara itself inside, but in the complexes outside the Gurdwaras. So the basic aim is that this message has to go to the people, not only to the Sikhs of this country, or say in other parts of the world, but the message has to go that here was a gentleman who played a very important role in getting justice.
No, but you're a security analyst as well, a defense analyst. You don't believe that there could have been any law and order issues or security issues because of it?
No. I don't believe there would have been any law and order situation. What happened when the Kashmir files was released? What happened when Bengal file has been released? What happened when Kerala 2 has been released?
Okay, let me get in.
Yes,
Let me get in Arnab
was-
Banerjee. Arnab Banerjee, you are a senior film journalist and critic. You've seen over the years many films also run into the censor scissors and, of course, bans as well. This is not the first such film to be banned. How do you react to the storm that has erupted over Satluj and its restrictions as yet? Have you seen the film? Did you watch it in the first couple of days?
Yes, I
what
did.
Did you
I
and
did,
what did
I
you
did.
think of it? And
I
did
liked
you
it.
did
I
you
loved it.
anticipate?
I liked it.
Did you anticipate then, based on what you saw, that it would be pulled down within just 48 hours?
Well, first things first, let me put it straight. I am against ban of any kind, ban of songs or movies or books. That is something I don't approve of at all. Now, for a channel which is an established channel, they sent me a link. They usually send me a link or to all the critics before the film releases on OTT or any other. So when the film was sent to us, it was released. There's a much larger game at play here. Everybody knows that, because it was released and then taken down. That is ridiculous. But it must have been a very well thought out decision on the part of the channel, and there must have been some pressure from some corner, some part of the regime itself. We all know that there's a much larger game here at play, which is why such a thing has happened. And people who have seen the film, most of the people have anyway seen the film, not just the critics, but most film lovers or even the ones who don't see films very often, they've already downloaded a film and seen it. So I think that was the main idea, that was the main objective. So it was done deliberately to make sure that the film gets its publicity. I mean, there are two three things involved here. There is, of course, the government, and there are other people, the vested interests, who actually done this thing in a very premeditated fashion.
Okay, so you believe it's contributing to the publicity of the film, this entire round?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, and I'm glad it did, because now more and more people are seeing it. As Mr. Singh both and Mr. Sondhi also said, that there was nothing wrong with the film at all.
But Gurpreet
and it's a
Singh,
true story.
But Gurpreet Singh,
knows
Gurdwara is now screenings it in complexes. Political parties also saying we will conduct public screening. Is it a point now being scored? Is it a political point being put? Is it a point against the center that is being made? And is it correct? These are pirated versions at the end of the day. It's illegal. As I mentioned earlier, the Punjab and Haryana High Court, a petition has also now been filed in it.
That's okay. But the point is it's not against the center. Actually speaking, people are speaking for the constitution of this country. Article 19 very explicitly allows us what Ravi said was that freedom of speech and expression. Why are we being denied this? So I think that is the moot point that one should bring out, that it goes against the fabric of the constitution of this country. So if you want to call yourself a democracy, then please behave like a democracy. And I think there is no reason for this film to have been banned. And what have you banned? Z5 Global OTT is still showing it. I just spoke to somebody, he received a link which had English subtitles in Delhi because he happens to be a foreigner. He's seen it, and his exact words were what Arnab has said. He said, I loved seeing the movie, the film. So I'm saying, why it is like I said, it's a biopic. It's okay, we're calling it a film, but I could even go to the extent of calling it a documentary. But let it be known what happened, and I think from there the positives should come out. That the police should realize that what is their role. Their role should only be to pick up a culprit and place him in the court and let the court decide what kind of punishment should be meted out to him or her.
Okay.
The police, that is the positive that should come out of this film. That what happened at that point in time should not be repeated, should never be repeated.
Okay.
Exactly. I agree.
Yes, Arnab Banerjee coming in. Arnab.
Yeah, I agree with him, because it is not just about human rights activists, one person. It is about the times it happened. Way back in 30 years ago it happened. So people should be, and these days, the youngsters, if they are scared of youngsters getting to know about all these details, I think they anyway know, because we live in a day and age of internet. So they are anyway aware of all that happened 40 years ago.
Okay, Commodore Suri, my final 30 seconds to you. Is there a line of which should not be crossed, or do you believe that is subjective in the first place?
While
making a film and sending out a message.
Yeah, Uday, what is the line we are talking about? Here is a biopic, a movie which has been made on a person who did something in Punjab during the militancy. He played a very important role getting justice to so many people. Now, you see, what is wrong in the movie? First, we want to know what is wrong in the movie. There's nothing. I think so many people have seen this movie by downloading this link, and no, it's very difficult to find out what is wrong in the movie. There are vested interests, maybe the political angle to it, or maybe some other angle to it.
Okay.
When Kashmir Files could be released, I have said it. When Kashmir Files could be released, when Bengal Files could be released.
Okay, why not this? You believe it's selective?
Why not this movie?
Okay, it's selective censorship. All right, we've run out of time. My thanks to all of our guests for joining us on this discussion. We're slipping into a very short break. On that note, the news continues on the other side.